band to jazz, and they sort of reluctantly said yes. So her group, Mother of Pearl, ended up playing for them. And then it went over really well. And then one time around St. Patrick's Day, they asked Brenda if she knew anybody that could come to a hospital and sing some Celtic music, which is one of my specialties as well. And she called me up, and lo and behold, Diamonds in the Rough was born, which is what we call ourselves when we go and do the Artsway gigs. And we ended up playing at a number of places. We did that year. We did Riverview, we did Colony Farms, we did the UBC Psych Ward, and and when we did Colony Farms, they told us, this is a really fun story, and moving it actually, because they still talk about it. We had been told that it was a younger crowd, and so we had to have fairly up-tempo music. So we went, okay, cool, that's no problem. We'll make sure that we're prepared. So we walk in, and as we're setting up our equipment, somebody pipes up, "Do you know any Mozart?" So Brenda goes, "Yeah," and she tinkles off a little Mozart piece, and then we're just about to start playing, and somebody else goes, "Do you know Greensleeves?" And I went, "Yeah." So I sang Greensleeves. And then we were singing along, and I was just about to introduce a song that I had written, and all of a sudden this woman at the very back, who hadn't said anything, hadn't participated, she just sat there with her head down, and her head just came up, and she just nailed me right in the eye, and she spoke up, and she says, kind of in a deadpan voice, "I used to sing when I was small. I would stick my head out of the window, and I would sing this song." And she starts singing, "The gypsy rover came over the hill." And she sang it in a key that we could find. It was a song that was really popular back in the 60s and 70s. It's the Gypsy Rover. And you might even remember, it goes, "Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, ah-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day-dee." He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. So we sang it with her and did harmonies as she sang, and it was just magic. As we're leaving, we were escorted in and out of there, because those folks are, like, they're dangerous. Mm-hmm. You get escorted on and off the property, and it's a really kind of scary place to be. But the guy that was escorting us just nudged me, and he said, "You don't realize what just happened in there, do you?" And I went, "No." And he said, "That woman has not spoken ever in a group. And the notion that she would actually sing is just amazing.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
So, and we were so tremendously touched by that. And then 3 years later, we were doing a Christmas concert there, at the same place, and the chaplain came up to introduce us, and he goes, "Oh, you guys are the ones that did that song." They were telling us that story. So they were still talking about it.
Nice.
And
Did you ever see her again?
I didn't. No. I don't know. I never did find out what happened to her. But yeah. But it was pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
Wow.
She may have only been in there for a while. She may have ended up being moved somewhere else, and who knows.
It's amazing to be able to have a connection with somebody like that, like without having a conversation or whatever.
Yeah,
just
so
with
amazing.
music.
Yeah, it's so direct and so immediate and so profoundly moving. It's like an arrow, it just gets you right there, and you have no other choice, but because this is the thing, is that you have to be, that we were talking about the challenges, you have to be real. And experiences like that just keep it real, which is very cool.
What techniques do you use to interact with people while playing music with them?
Exactly that. I just keep it real, and I don't get up there with the notion that I'm here to show off how well I can do something. The idea is that it's got to be very participatory. So I'm interacting with, very much like I'm interacting with you right now, just being absolutely wide open, because essentially, in my opinion, any artist that gets up on a stage has to be willing to just rip their heart open and give everything they've got. And that's, that's what I do. And so, we want, that the only way to really connect with people in that profound way is to be absolutely real and honest, and to be ready for anything to happen. And and also to bring humor into it, because we like to do goofy stuff, and I'll bring in all kinds of wooden spoons and washboards and shakers and bells and stuff like that, so that people can join in and play along with us. And we periodically will do, depending on the situation, like if it's like a safe place, we could. There was some of our Christmas ones, for instance, we couldn't do it, but we call it North Pole jamming, and we'll or Claire's Idol kind of thing. We'll let people get up and sing with us if they want, and then we'll accompany them, which is kind of cool. So give them an opportunity to open up themselves.
Really cool.
So you were in an accident. It was a horse-drawn carriage accident.
Yes, another accident.
And you found that music helped you with your recovery.
Did it ever? I kind of knew that it would, because I actually know a little bit about Mongolian tone singing.
What is Mongolian tone singing?
There's Tibetan tone singing, and Mongolian tone singing is harmonic singing, where you're actually you get the music into the mask, and you sing one note, but the harmonics build. Like, for instance, on a guitar, I can that's like above, that's above this is the note of the string, and that's the harmonic.
Okay.
Where I just, and you can get that effect, but you can get it simultaneously right in your voice. I'm not very good at it, but Randy Rain Rouche is extremely good at it, and Jerry Devoyne is brilliant at it as well. And so I'd gotten involved with those guys and learned to do it, and it that particular type of singing is an actual analgesic. And I have actually been able to use it to get rid of headaches and backaches, and especially if I'm in a small enclosed area where the sound, and if other people are doing it, and the sound waves are just going right through your body. It's like sort of personal, what do they call it? Ultrasound. Okay. Sort of human-based ultrasound.
Oh, that's really cool.
And so that's the physical aspect of it. So, and the act of singing, and you were talking about how listening to music was really good, and that that's, and for me too. If I just bathe myself in sound, it's just a tremendously uplifting. It gets your endorphins going, gets your serotonin levels up, and so it's a mentally and emotionally therapeutic thing as well. And I find that on a personal level, it was a really important part of my recovery from getting thrown from the horse carriage, which left me injured in several